Friday. It is Friday, the 11th of June 2021. Let's do some letters, shall we? Kathy Isaac. We were talking about Cabelas and getting rid of overnight parking for a lot of people that are nomadic. They rely on Cabelas, you know. Hey, you go blow a couple $1,000s on some camping stuff and at least they can let you spend the night in the parking lot. Kathy Isaac, I live in Flint, Michigan. It is no garden state of a city. You can go to Walmart and the same people are still there day after day. They literally have put down roots. One chick had pots of flowers on her car hood, wind chimes twinkling away, chairs with people sitting around drinking beer and smoking you know what. It's illegal here, you know what, okay. Garbage everywhere. It's the same at both Walmarts. No wonder they are not letting people overnight camp. Yeah. People take advantage and then say it wasn't me. Just because we live in a poor, crappy, water-poisoned city doesn't mean we don't want it to be better. You know, again, that's the thing. People take advantage of it, and it's not just it's not just the occasional nomad coming through town shopping at the Cabelas or the Walmart. It's the homeless people permanently living in cities, in parking lots, you know. And I think that's one of the reasons they're putting up rules now in places like Texas of a state bill that is not so much aimed at camping people and nomads, but it's aimed at, you know, the permanent homeless living in their cars, parking out in public parking lots. No Fear to Trek Ray says, when I backpacked a lot in Asia, I kept searching out beautiful beaches that were incredibly cheap to stay at. Soon these spots became more well-known and crowded, bringing higher prices. Same seems to be happening now with boondocking spots as the number of car dwellers and RVers are exponentially increasing. The more well-heeled are filling up the finite number of RV camping sites, and those without reservations are needing to go seek out rougher open areas. Ricky in Arizona says living free was always a fantasy, even back since the 19th century. More like living on someone else's resources. Oh, the irony. You want to pay or you want to play? Yeah, then you want to play, you want to stay, then you got to pay. Okay. RV Funky says, I venture to say that most of the places that used to allow overnight parking did it as a courtesy to RVers traveling from point A to point B and never staying longer than one night, not for the scuzzy nomads who are trying to make day camping a permanent issue while trashing the parking lots. While not required, it is somewhat expected that you possibly buy some supplies, have a meal at the particular place where you're camping in their lot. Yeah. Therefore, it's not surprising but still sad that businesses have weighed the pros and cons and have decided to put the kibosh on the freeloaders. Again, if the people that are camping out in the Cabelas lot are not buying stuff at Cabelas, then, you know, and I can't imagine they are, because Cabelas is a fairly pricey place. I can understand Walmart. It's pretty cheap. You know, the food and stuff's pretty cheap there, but at Cabelas, it's a high, you know, it's expensive. And if you're really that concerned about finding a place to camp overnight for free, I can't imagine you're blowing mucho $100 at the local Cabelas. But you know, that's just me. Arizona Mark says you can't park at the Cabelas, but you can park in the business district over at Huntington Beach, California. Yeah, again, business districts, industrial parks. What was it? Wanderlust Estate was there somewhere in eastern Washington a couple of months ago, and he was showing us, you know, where they have the big box stores, you know, the Best Buys and the, you know, whatever, all those big box stores, and then there were like some warehouses, and then there's some roads behind the warehouses, and as long as you move to a different spot every night, you can usually end up parking there, but you have to be careful. And then our other major topic today was Unstoppable Morgan. She put the video up this morning basically just saying that she's having a conundrum. You know, she wants to get back on the road. She's not happy down there in Florida. She's got a bunch of issues that, you know, just driving her, you know, to distraction, I guess. Casey, we were all asking what's going to happen. What is she going to do? What would you recommend for Unstoppable Morgan. Casey Dutton said, the one thing that she said that was right on the money is that Morgan doesn't know where she's going. She appears to be intelligent, but she is lost. If you have no direction in life, then you're not going to be happy, even in your so-called happy place. A lot of these nomads are just roaming from town to town, eating gloppy food and talking into a camera, but they don't really do anything. It seems a sad way to live. I can definitely see how boredom would set in. Gene216 says Morgan should maybe head to Colorado, maybe the Rockies. Florida is hot now and humid. If you don't have reliable air conditioning, you probably don't want to be here. If you want cold, head for the Rockies. They still have snow in some of the passes. Rip Snorton says, I don't think we know the real Morgan. And that's another interesting topic that I brought up here many times on the YouTube channel here, is that do we really know these YouTubers? I mean, are they putting up a certain face, a certain part of their personality, or not even a real part of their personality that they're pretending, they're acting? Or, you know, I think a lot of them are. I really do. I think we, you know, yeah, and, you know, I don't know. We don't really get to see the real Morgan here, and that's even makes it more difficult for anybody to give her advice, right? M. Hayos says, talking about how hot it is in Florida right now, and how Morgan's battery bank isn't for an AC, right? You know, anyway, yeah, anyway. And plus how hot it is down there. Yeah, and the AC unit that she has is undersized, right? And finally, the Honda generator that she has should be able to run 24/7 for days, if not a month. How do you think people live after hurricanes here? She is smart and will figure it out. Somewhere out there in the world, what is affecting Morgan is the fact that her Bronco is going to break down. And that we've talked about many times. She, you know, and she's resisted the calls that we've made that she get a new vehicle. You know, she likes the Bronco. It is content for going to people's places, having them work on it. But once you get to a certain oldness in a vehicle, it's just going to continue breaking down. Just go ask Blue Van Dam. All right, everybody, that ought to do it for a little bit of letters and more. Letters, we no more than just letters, right? All right, everybody, it's Friday, and I'm in love. That's cure, right? You have a wonderful rest of your Friday. It is the 11th of June, 2021. Vlog under.